Peruvian boy led Yale professor Hiram Brigham up a steep mountainside and into the public eye as the first Western scholar to lay eyes on the mysterious site of Machu Picchu. While local peoples knew of the site, Spanish conquistadors never did. Bingham and his men spent many months, spread over several years in different expeditions, to clear the site and to begin to bring it into the well-preserved state we find it today. Machu Picchu is evidence of the urban Incan Empire at the peak of its power and achievement. A citadel of cut stone, fit together without mortar so tightly that its cracks still cannot be penetrated by a knife blade. The quality of the Inca stonework is legendary. Important buildings exhibit a precision of stone fitting that almost defies explanation. The mystery of Machu Picchu and exactly why it was built still exists today as it did when it was discovered just over 100 years ago. The complex of palaces and plazas, temples and homes may have been built as a ceremonial site, a military stronghold, or a retreat for ruling elites. Its dramatic location along a high ridge surrounded on three sides by a windy river some 2,000 feet below is certainly well suited for any of those purposes. Landscape and engineering skills are in strong evidence at Machu Picchu. The site's buildings, walls, terraces, and ramps reclaim the steep mountain terrain and make the city blend naturally into the rock on which it was situated. The 700-plus terraces not only provide a place for crops to grow, they literally kept the city from sliding off the mountain. The terraces are one of the secrets to why the city remains so well preserved and intact despite 400 years of jungle growth. Located in the sacred district are Machu Picchu's primary archaeological treasures. First, there is the Intihuatana, or hitching post to the sun. This is widely believed to be a ceremonial sundial. Archaeologists suspect that it was also used for making astronomical observations and calculating the passing of time. The stone would have been used for identifying solstices, thus telling the Inca when to plant and harvest their crops. Next is the Temple of the Sun, often called the Great Tower. This would have been one of Machu Picchu's main religious buildings, where the most important and meaningful events were held. Its location and its relative position to the sun's path suggest that the temple was used for the winter solstice ceremony, among other things. Underneath the temple, there is a mausoleum with niches carved into the stone. The Temple of the Sun is the only building with a circular shape on the entire site. Located on the sacred plaza is the Temple of the Three Windows. It is believed that the three windows, framing the distant mountains, represent the three mythological caves from which the children of the sun stepped into the world. Shards of smashed pottery were found beneath the temple, perhaps indicating that pots would have been ritually broken here. The residential district is the place where laborers and artisans lived. It includes storage buildings and simple houses. Inca walls had numerous design details that help protect them against collapse in an earthquake. Doors and windows are trapezoidal and tilt inward from the bottom to the top. The royalty area, a sector for the nobility, is a group of houses located in rows over a slope. The residence of the wise person was characterized by its reddish walls. This sector, dedicated to the high levels of Incas, has larger, roomier buildings when compared to those in the residential district. Another example of Inca engineering is the Stairway of Fountains. From the rain-fed springs, located almost half a mile away, the Incas managed to build a canal which passes under the city's outer wall, through the agricultural zone, and finally into the residential zone, where it then flowed into a series of 16 fountains. The result was a controlled, dependable water supply which not only protected the hillside from erosion, but assured all the residents of Machu Picchu clean, fresh drinking water. The Incas' achievements and skills are all the more impressive considering the knowledge that they lacked. When Machu Picchu was built some 500 years ago, the Inca had no iron, no steel, and no wheel. Their tremendous effort apparently benefited relatively few people, as some experts maintain that fewer than 1,000 individuals lived here. Modern archaeologists and scientists have answered many of the questions that have puzzled people in the 100 years since Machu Picchu was made public, and yet it still remains a glorious, mysterious sight.